New tonight, Parkersburg City Council approved more than $1.3 million in budget revisions Tuesday night, including $140,000 for improvements at the City Park Pond and Papa's Plaza. The Capital Reserve Fund revision covers several projects tied to the ongoing pond renovation, including a new fountain and beautification work on the Papa's Corner Plaza at 23rd Street and Park Avenue. Mayor Tom Joy says the fountain itself will run under $25,000. The changes covered by the rest of the funding will include relocating electrical conduits and widening the sidewalks around the pond beyond the initial scope of the project.
The original plans called for a 5-foot sidewalk, ADA compliant sidewalk around the entirety of the pond. We decided let's make it a little bigger, make it a little safer, for whether it be large crowds, people pack, just give it a little more room.
Workers also need bentonite, a sealant, to keep the pond from leaking as a new outflow pipe is installed. The mayor says the changes will not substantially impact the timeline of the pond project, with construction expected to wrap up around late spring or early summer, though the pool will open on schedule. Council also approved $280,000 in additional street infrastructure funding.